CNBC TV 18 Weekender.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of The Weekender on CNBC TV 18. Now, before I talk about my guest, Sachin Tendulkar, the Bachchans, George Bush, Senior and Junior, Barack Obama, even Hillary Clinton. What's common between all of them? Well, they've all eaten out of the hands of this man, our guest today. He is the celebrity chef, the legendary chef, Hemant Oberoi, who's opened his eponymous restaurant in Mumbai after serving for 41 years at the Taj. So let's have a great conversation over a good meal with him. Hi Hemant, thanks a lot for inviting us to your wonderful restaurant.
Thank you.
And hope to have a great chat with you because there's a lot to learn from you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks.
Right, Hemant, thanks a lot for joining us. First up, let's get the cat out of the bag immediately. Hemant Oberoi, known as the face of Taj for 41 years. Oberoi, Taj, Oberoi. I think you got an offer from both the companies, right? Why did you choose the latter?
It goes back a long time ago when in 74 I was just passing out of the college and I was offered this job. And on the offer letter, it was only Hemant Kumar written. And
why was that?
I was told that, you can't use the surname Oberoi in Oberoi hotels.
That's weird.
So I thought, let me move on to some place where I'll have my own identity.
Identity, you have your own for sure, because we're sitting in this eponymous restaurant, Hemant Oberoi, your first in Mumbai after the Taj. How did this come about?
This came about when I was getting retired with Taj and I was still an advisor to Taj for 1 year. And some of the offers started coming. And the first offer was in Singapore. And we started operating a restaurant. It's called Yantra by Hemant Oberoi.
Right.
And then suddenly I moved to San Diego where my son is and we opened Masala Street. Then everybody started saying Singapore, San Diego, and why not Mumbai, where your home place and home turf is. And that's how I thought, let me move ahead now and open one in Mumbai.
I realized, or rather I read somewhere that you always wanted to be a doctor and then also dabbled with the armed forces. How come you became a chef then?
Every family in those days wanted their sons to be either a doctor or an engineer.
50s or 60s we're talking about, 56.
54.
54, okay.
And everybody wanted you to be a doctor or an engineer first. If not that, it was armed forces, very lucrative, very impressive things. And couldn't get through to both, as luck would have it. And then I appeared for the hotel management. Until the last date of the interviews, I never wanted to be a chef. But the destiny was different.
Destiny was different, but what did your parents say at that point in time? Because, like you said, everyone wanted to be either a doctor or an engineer, armed forces at best. And then suddenly you spring up with the idea of becoming a chef.
Parents were totally fine with whatever you want to do. And my dad said, whatever you wish to be, you do that. And that way, it's only the people surrounding, they always said, the chef word was not even heard of.
Right.
It was a Bawarchi, Khanzama, whatever names they wanted to call it.
Right.
But I think we moved on from that time to...
So at Taj, you handled some phenomenal restaurants, and I can say that from memory, my childhood memories. Take us through how you thought of opening those restaurants, because they were way ahead of their times, right? Souk, for instance, that time the meze platter wasn't even heard of, or even the wasabi restaurant, for instance.
I always in my life wanted to be ahead of people.
Right.
When I took over the job in 86 as the executive chef of the hotel, and my first job was that Rendezvous restaurant was kind of dying, So my first challenge was how to bring a Western cuisine restaurant into the country.
Okay.
From the old traditions to the new modern era. And it took me about a year to bring those changes. And once it opened, I think it became a different ballgame.
But how did a child from Firozpur got acquainted with the Western flavors and wanted to actually open a Western restaurant?
I was trained with some of the very good chefs in the Western world. And when I was posted in Middle East as the executive chef in Oman,
Right.
my exposure to Western food became bigger and bigger. And as Oman and Dubai and Bahrain, those are the countries were developing, and more of Western influence was coming. Then I started moving to various conferences, various hotels in London, saw some hotels in Paris, then probably the best restaurants in Hong Kong and Thailand. So that was the exposure which brought a...
Could you name a few amazing meal experiences you had during your formative years?
It is the Roux brothers in London, Anton Mosiman, and Langen's Brasserie, and Ambrosia, Gay Savoy in Paris.
That time, Western space was the space to be.
Yeah.
Cut to today, what exactly do you think is the next leg of growth coming from in restaurants? What cuisine do you think is good?
I think Peruvian.
Peruvian.
I said that about 15 years back. Peru and Peruvian will be, they are everywhere, and today top 3-4 restaurants out of the top 100 restaurants are in Peru.
So what kind of Peruvian food are you feeding Indians here?
We have some of the dishes. We have the corn salad, we have the Peruvian potato soup, and those are the Cusco mountain potatoes which we bring over here. And we have a chicken dish which is pollo brazo, which is from there. We have anticuchos, which are the grills from there.
You have been at the forefront of inventing a lot of new dishes, like the pizza with a naan base, the naza that you call it, and you also had the gulab jamun dessert that you made.
Gulab jamun tiramisu.
Gulab jamun tiramisu. So what is the new invention that one can look forward to now? Or what is the latest invention that you made?
We have brought a chocolate shawarma.
Chocolate shawarma, okay.
Yes. It's very different. And it's a complete package which comes to you, and by the table side, the shawarma is rotating, but it's with chocolate.
Okay.
And my chefs will come and they carve out like shawarma, and they'll put hot chocolate onto your plate, and it's being served with the rose petal ice cream. So that's an amazing, I think, innovation which has been there, and it's been accepted so well, even by the clients from the Middle East.
All right, so you basically have whetted my appetite. We'll slip into a short break, come back, and we'll talk more about Chef Hemant Oberoi's life and times. Stay with us.
CNBC TV 18 Weekender.